position of Elder Guard, represented by Ms. Schmidt from the United States Naval Academy, and cadets from the United States Military Academy.
Earlier this week, welcome to legend with the recent passing of former Eagles captain, Kathy Flores. Kathy was a 1991 World Cup champion who also coached the Eagles through the 2006 and 2010 World Cups. She helped spread the Women's Premier League and spent the rest of her time running the next generation at Brown University. Her legacy lives on with a memorial fund dedicated to the growth of women's rugby. To honor Kathy and her mission, visit usa-rugby.org/KFloor. Please, now join us in a moment of silence as we remember the life and legacy of Kathy Flores. Thank you. Now, for those that are willing and able, we ask that you please rise, remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem of New Zealand, performed today by lead singer of 660, New Zealand's highest-selling live band of all time. Please give a warm welcome to Matthew Walters.
Hei hoa atua o ngā iwi mātura a ta whakarongona me aroha noa ki ahua ko te whai ki a tauto a ta whai mana ki ti a mai a te aroa God of nations at thy feet in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat. God defend our free land. God Pacific's triple star from the shafts of strife and war. Make her praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand.
Let's hear it one more time for Matthew Walters. Now, please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem of the United States of America. Now, in their 41st year of singing to inspire equality and inclusion with musical performances and educate, promoting justice and dignity for all, under the direction of Dr. Chipper Dean, please give a warm welcome to the Gay Men's Chorus of Washington, D.C.
huge roar going up. The Washington game ends chorus with the US national anthem, and before that, Matthew Walters wearing a Māori All Black jersey bearing the name of Sean Wainui. Matthew from 660, of course, have been on tour in the United States, and now the All Blacks, they come together for the haka in which they'll pay a special tribute to their fallen brother Sean Wainui. A haka featuring an 11-second pause to reflect the 11 jersey that Sean Wainui brought such honour to. And a jersey, a number 11 US jersey, to be presented by Bryce Campbell, the US captain. Moi mai, haere atu rati rangatira, ka momahara tonu koe ki a koe, Sean Wainui. Quick look at the teams. The All Blacks with a very young side, 9 players with single figures and test caps. The first starting role for centre Braden Ennor and prop Ethan de Groot. And on the bench we await the return of Dane Coles and Sam Cane, and a first appearance by the out-and-out bolter in this All Black side, Taranaki's Josh Lord. Gary Gold, former Springbok assistant, having to draw exclusively from players in Major League Rugby, the American Pro League, with several players having been called back to their clubs in the UK and Europe. As we've seen, Bryce Campbell, the captain. There's a debut for San Diego winger Ryan James. Referee, a very familiar figure back in international rugby, Angus Gardner of Australia.
Got a countdown?
Scott Green of the USA, Mo Chowdhury of Canada will be the assistant refs, and Brett Cronin of Australia is the TMO.
Thank you.
Crowd well in excess of 40,000 in attendance, real buzz around the ground, and it will be Luke Carty of the USA to start the match.
Okay.
So the 2021 All Black end of year tour has started in Washington DC for the first time, and the All Blacks looking to use the ball early through Damien McKenzie. Gets a nice ball away to George Bridge on the outside. Finlay Christie with him in support. Jacobson, and what a start! 29 seconds on the clock, and the All Blacks are in from the kickoff.
Oh, blockbusting start.
perfection as well off the kick-off. Nice movement from Ta'aval. Got it out the back to Damien McKenzie, and then he just backed himself. I think it was Campbell he got on the outside of. Once he had done that, the nice offload to Bridge, out of the left hand, one-handed. Bridge managed to skirt away. See, just a little stutter step, gets on the outside of Campbell. The left hand out the back door. Bridge makes a good decision. Back on the inside. Christie is every good halfback backing up. Jacobson needs to show some toe head. Will Jordan there, didn't need him. KT, man, this is ominous signs already.
Oh, sharp, absolutely sharp there from the All Blacks. It was 2 back balls, and as you said, the option from Damien McKenzie out the back to either kick it, decided to run it, and this guy here always runs superb supporting lines for Jacobson.
Well, there were fears about what sort of score the All Blacks might run up against an under-strength US team. Remember, this is an All Black team featuring a lot of young players itself, but what a great start for a team that's bottled up a bit. No rugby for 3 weeks for most of them. And now Richie Mo'unga, coming off just a few minutes in the South Africa game, his first shot at goal already. Oh, what a start for Richie Mo'unga. 7-0, the All Blacks lead. Barely a minute on the clock.
Boys, stay behind, please. Stay behind.
Great to see. There's a Hurricanes jersey, a Taranaki jersey there.
Yeah, good.
As Carty kicks off again. This time taken by Jordan. Signs that the All Blacks are just going to throw everything. Early touch for Quinn Tupaia. Now Tupou Vai. Christie, who's made a good beginning. Mo'unga turns it back on the inside. Jordan flinging the ball away, and it's been lost. Gathered by the USA, so they get an opportunity in possession. Bonassa, it was the blindside flanker bringing it under control. Here's the new man, winger Ryan James from San Diego, but he's lost the ball in contact, and I guess just a sign there that the All Blacks, they know they're expected to mount a good score. They still won't want to be making errors.
It's probably an area of conversation during the week when you're going into a test match that many are predicting is going to be a blowout scoreline-wise. What the coaches and the senior players want to see is making sure that you stay in your rhythm, stay in your pattern.
Boys, first scrum.
And don't turn it into a game of sevens. Will Jordan there, the offload wasn't on. Those are the things they need to extricate from the game. Make sure that they're still clinical and still try to play to a game plan.
Yeah, quality performance. I'm sure Marsh should be at the utmost of both the coaching staff and, as you said, the experienced players. First scrum, here we go.
Finley Christie.
Bind!
All Blacks with another 9-10 combination for this test, the 7th that they've used this year.
Down. Up lads. Okay. Yep.
The last time Quinn Tupaia got a start for the All Blacks.
Listen.
He was very good
more of a gap, and I
in
want
the zone around the 10 channel. He distributed when he needed to, and he hit hard.
Level, keep it level.
As well as an option just to set a target. This is probably a zone they might look to utilise him from here. It'll be interesting to see how he balances out his game this afternoon.
Well, we're looking at the clash on this side of the scrum. Matt Harmon, the man with the wild hair.
Bind!
Angus Ta'aval.
Leaning. Number 1 leaning.
And Harmon, it was free kick. The All Blacks have wasted no time setting the ball in motion. Will Jordan turns it on the inside. Quinn Tupaia accelerating. Chopped down just short. That's a good tackle by Augsburger, the halfback, but they've got them well stretched. Vai floating a pass away, and over they go, and Ethan de Groot, the Southlanders in.
And the Stags up big time. The loose head prop ranging out wide. A scintillating breakout again from the All Blacks. Will Jordan a handful. It's the offloads and the tackles that's really hurting the USA at the moment. They are there to make tackles, you can see, but it's the offloads that are killing them. Quinn Tupaia goes just short, makes a good decision here. The recycle, Christie's there. Look how quick he's there. As a flash, flicks it out, and then the shift on into the midfield. There's an American player that's well offside that intercepts his pass from Vai. However, it falls into the hands of the loose head prop. How good is that to see?
Well, all started from a nice miss pass from Braden Ennor, and out to the guy you just spoke about, Quinn Tupaia, making a nice break. What about your first start and you get a dot? How good?
Yeah, a couple off the bench. First start, and 6 minutes into the game, you've got your first test try. Ethan de Groot, who's come back from a neck injury, will relish the opportunity. He's on the board. Ominous signs for the USA if they can't make their first up tackles and do something to close down those offloads. Mo'unga chipping it goalward, and over it goes again. He looks in good rhythm. The All Blacks out to a 14-0 start.
Yeah, I think more importantly, they need to shut down the outside channels. Both left and right wingers have caused some headaches already, including McKenzie. And then from there, they cannot scramble defensively. They need to shut down and make those tackles and stop the offloads.
McCarty, this time a little shorter, but Sam Whitelock in his 128th Test match brings it down. Mo'unga, well, nicely picked up by Braden Ennor. There's such power in that All Black midfield combination. McKenzie, nice ball on the inside. Tupaia couldn't hang on to it though. It's grabbed by Cam Dolan, the number 8. James just getting a bit too close to the touchline, but he manages to keep it in play. Augsburger is there. First chance for the Eagles to make some use of the ball. Lorpetti gets away from the attempted tackle of Hoskins Tutu, but they'll go back for a knock-on.
I think what's happening defensively for the USA Eagles, they're really running up quickly on the outside, and it's allowing the inside ball, which the All Blacks have already highlighted a couple of times. They've done that, but ball security so far for the All Blacks, there's 2 drops. I want to fix that up. Here's the one from Quinn Tupaia.
What I just need to see is
option, wrong execution, couldn't handle it.
Okay. Let's make sure there's no lean as well. I've spoken to him. Boys, elbows level again as well, please.
Nate
Both
Augsburger is one player with some experience playing against New Zealand sides. He's played against the Māori All Blacks a few times. He's already had to make some desperate tackles.
Make sure there's a gap too, please.
Interest for me here. First defensive scrum for the All Blacks. Expect them to really go hard.
Crouch.
This American 8 to test them out, see whether or not they can live up to the expectations of the day.
Very experienced campaigner in the back of the USA scrum. Cam Dolan, ball squirts out. Finley Christie all over him, and it's been snapped up by the All Blacks. That was Dalton Papali'i. And now they can run it at them again. Tupaia takes it to halfway almost.
Advantage,
and they've got an advantage here. Mo'unga quickly on. Through the hands to Jordan. The chip kick ahead now. The searing pace of Will Jordan. Waits for it. Oh, picks it up beautifully. And he's in.
Man, can this kid score some tries. 10th test start, and that's his 13th try. He has all the skills, and once again, the fracture is in the outside. The wingers are getting on the outside of their opposites, and the minute that they do that, they've just got too much skill. He's on the outside of his opposite. That leaves Hooley to try and shut him down. He went over the top of him, waited patiently for the bounce, and they are hurting big time from the leaks in the outside channels, the US.
I have 2 pieces of skill there to be able to chip and chase at full speed, and as you spoke about, Marshy, they had the composure to slow down, wait for that bounce. Is a tough thing to do when you're changing down gears from full flight. Absolutely brilliant from Will Jordan.
So what they're doing is they're coming up, as KT mentioned, really fast and hard, the US, but by doing that, they're sort of outside to in. So it means that those wingers, instead of drifting to the touchline and trying to shut it down in a defensive way by drifting across the field, they're getting caught infield. And that means that their opposites are getting outside them, and they've just got footwork, offload, chip and chase, too much skill. I wonder if they should adjust and try and push the All Blacks more to the touchline, make them work harder to make that line break on the outside.
So Richie Mo'unga, having slotted two beautifully from wide out on the left. There's one from out on the right, and he's striking the ball well, but that one's just faded away a little. Will Jordan's try, his 13th in his 10th Test match, has the All Blacks out to 19-0. For the fourth time already in the game, Luke Carty kicks off. Jordan back in the action, eludes the first one and runs into Dolan. All nicely there for Christie. Vai. See the American football markings on the ground. Might confuse some of the players. This is the home ground of the Washington football team, undergone a bit of a branding or rebranding, changing their traditional name.
Good. Turnover good again.
Fighting for this on the ground.
You won it.
Augsburger's got in there. Well, he had it, but they've taken it back off him. Almua. Typical power from him. Christie so quickly to the breakdown. Vai out the back door. McKenzie in or. Referee's playing advantage. Campbell had got up too quickly. I'll try and make something of it. Vai just having trouble putting the New Zealand players on the ground here. Enor getting through on the other side of the tackle every time. Ta'avao, not sure Mo'unga was waiting for that, but his dancing feet make a bit of space for him. Now they go through the hands to Hoskins. Satutu breaks one off. He's got Tupaia with him. Damien McKenzie is there, and he's in. Well, every time they launch an attack from deep, they go the distance.
And they did the mahi there as well. They had to work a little bit harder for this, but the ball retention was good. I like the skill set from Tupu Vai in the midfield. He's handling well, he's distributing, he's also carrying, bringing in defenders. And then when they finally decide to shift it once again, the line break, the offload and the tackle, Hooley had to take Sotutu. Nice from Tupaia. And he had Jordan and McKenzie. They almost fought over it. McKenzie snaffled it out of the air.
Oh, just so powerful, isn't he, Sotutu, on those wide channels. But I like the little micro skills, just building up to this. Will Jordan, just a little straighten, and then the last pass, timing was perfect. It's really a standout so far for this All Black team.
So 4 tries inside 14 minutes. The conversion is good. It's 26-0. Damien McKenzie with that try, taking his total in Test Rugby to 98. As we look at this, the Washington Monument. It's the Lincoln, the Capitol. All Blacks were mentioned in the House of Representatives this week. They might get another mention early next week after this. Jordan quickly gets rid of it. Tupaia.
Push back, push back. Good.
Such a confident start to his All Black career. Here's another confidence player. Sotutu turns it back on the inside. Christie is there. That inside ball, the Eagles just can't cope with it.
Holding.
Although that time they get a penalty at the breakdown. Some much needed respite.
It was 9-on-9.
Holding on.
Augsburger did really well because he got his hands on the ball nice and early. Inside from Sotutu to Finlay Christie. Just check out Augsburger here. He gets up and he gets his hand immediately on the ball. There is a release there. Finally, the US get an opportunity to perhaps launch something from inside the All Blacks half. Try and get some pattern and some phases together.
Yeah, better defence, as you spoke about. Marshy from the USA team. I think that time it didn't jam on the outside. It did get broken, but the inside cover coming across is excellent. This guy, good start so far. Finlay Christie.
Yep, there you go.
Dylan Fawcett from Wexford in Ireland originally, known as the Butcher, gets it and Dolan wins the line out. So they've got some possession and good field position as well. Augsburger away, it goes to Carty. Now Matthias, be familiar with people in the North Harbour area, having played sevens for Harbour a while back. Augsburger McCarthy tries a little kick across to the wing. Jordan going back. Now too much on it. They're very tight, these American football grounds, and he misjudged it.
Better attack though, TJ, from this USA team. He knows just overcooked it a little bit, but I like the option. They've got to have a dig. Why not? They know.
On the mark.
The All Black team, there is space in behind if they can get the ball.
Yep. Happy and clear.
Oh, reaching across and pinching it away was Tupolvai, and now they get a penalty.
Yeah, I know he was falling, but it's just a PK. Yep.
He's got him for a
number 2.
high tackle.
I do understand. Yeah, okay.
Almost an apology there from referee Gardner. Sorry, I had to do it.
Yeah, on the line, please, boys. On the line. Thank you.
So the All Blacks have their first line-out throw, and down the back, stretching for it nicely, is Sotutu.
Who? No, it was outside the 15, boys.
Now, good strong carry
15,
from him.
So let's play on.
Moonga tossing one over the top. Papali'i's thrown away. Augsburger, who is everywhere, including over the touchline now.
Is that all right? Play on.
Well, the All Blacks have taken it quickly. McKenzie in or now. The fend coming across Campbell and Hermeses. The open side flanker. They've bundled him into touch.
Well, tough to be critical at 26-0 after only 17 minutes. But again, that'll probably be the things that Ian Foster won't want to see. The speculative pass from Richard Mo'unga.
Yeah. I got it. Don't worry.
And then the quick line out, which takes them out of their pattern,
Boys,
and Enor getting bundled into touch. He'll want them to be more ruthless than that, more clinical.
Out come the phones. Crowd look for a photo. And Nick Savetta.
Okay,
Tall
check
lock.
your
He's a
timing.
club mate of Andy Ellis in New York. Coached by Marty
use
Veal,
it.
former Harbour
Ball's
lock.
out.
Augsburger,
No, ball's out.
well, it was well read by Tupolvai, and he's forced the error. He's had a lively start, Vai.
I really like the work that he's done pre-line. Tupolvai, his footwork's been absolutely brilliant, been able to pick his holes, run at weak shoulders. This guy also, I think, Nate Augsburger.
Bigelow absolutely killed him here, though, because he's got his legs stretched out that far that he had to, Savita, he had to sort of rake it back with his foot, Augsburger, and it was sitting there nicely until Savita decided to join the ruck, and he had to then rake it back all the time. Angus Gardner yelling in his ear to clear the ball, so he wasn't helped by his second row there big time.
Beautiful. Crouch. Bind.
Oh, Finlay Christie, and this is a great opportunity, this game, for
Sit.
Christie.
Hold it steady. Keep the bind up. Keep it up.
So Tutu channeling in the back. Tupaya. Solid tackle on him. A good clean ball. Mo'unga. Quick hands. McKenzie off the pass by George Bridge. Now they look to get it wide to Jordan. Defence on him is solid. Ta'aval now.
No, you're off your feet now. Well done.
McKenzie in at first receiver.
advantage,
Vai
too wide.
looking for a short pass, and he
Offside.
did manage to smuggle it away nicely too to Quinn Tupaya. Mo'unga. All Blacks building once more. Jacobson brushing them off. That's too easy. He's in again.
Oh, that's the pattern as well. Mentioned it earlier, it was Tupaya off the scrum. They'd used it frequently when he's involved. From there, they get into their work, forwards carrying, backs involved, and then when they finally switched it back to the right, Jacobson had retained his width. He was one of the early carriers. Mo'unga from deep. Jordan flicks it on, and a little in and out. A bit soft that time from the USA. Their scramble defence not good enough. Jacobson didn't have to work too hard. The All Blacks, man, they're in some rhythm.
Well, Marcia, you just spoke about it. The coaches wouldn't be happy with Enor going over the sideline. Now they've reset. They got back into the game plan. The quick balls, absolutely brilliant. The clean out, the ruck time from the All Blacks has been on point, and that's what the end result is. Jacobson gets a second.
We've had 2 against him. Is that right, Mo? Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Richie Mo'unga, who had one from the wide right angle. That's the one miss that he's had so far.
Another problem for the US, if you're picking it up, not only defensively are they finding it hard to contain the All Blacks, especially in the outside channels. The referee's Mike Angus Gardner, if you are hearing it at home, as frequently he is getting them for offside. He's saying advantage many, many times. So they're not only are they conceding line breaks, but they're also not able to get back once that line break is made defensively to get back onside. That's hurting them as well.
Mo'unga, he struck that beautifully. Flags go up. The score just keeps mounting. 21 minutes gone and 33-0 on the back of Luke Jacobson's second try.
Got a bit more freedom, Luke Jacobson, at blindside. Obviously quite liking the way that he's evolved his game from number 8 to sit in those outside channels.
Carty, another Irishman, finds Jordan again. Tupaia sets it. Nice pattern from the kickoff. Now accelerating into contact as Vai.
Hold in front, boys.
Well, that's the first time they've actually kicked the ball out of their own territory. And it's fielded by Will Hooley, the Englishman. And might stop the high one there from Hoskins Sotutu. So it's a penalty advantage. Going in upright as Cam Dolan manages to free it away to Carty. Bonasa, the blindside flanker, he's caught in possession. All Blacks swarming up, and eventually the ball flung away by the hooker, force it into touch, but they will come back for the penalty.
As you said, TJ, yeah, first time the All Blacks having to exit from their own 22. I like the return though from Will Hooley, very strong in his carry. I'm sure the lineup will be the option for the USA team, but just when they get into their set pattern, they're not running onto the ball at the moment, Mark. They're just standing still 2 feet. Got to be more explosive than that.
I'd like to see them a lot more direct. They are quite a big side. Bryce Campbell, the captain, 35th cap. He's 102 kgs. If they can get direct and get straight and then back themselves at the clean-out, I think what they're worried about is the All Blacks turning them over. But if they can just get to 3 or 4 phases to start to fatigue that All Black defensive system, it'll help them a lot more in making line breaks.
Well, the All Blacks already have a line-out steal. And may well challenge. No, they don't. The peel involving Fawcett, taken by his opposite number, Almua, and the All Blacks have got it and they've ripped it away. Jordan gets the call from Tupaia, now accelerating as Enor, trying to bring him to ground was Lepetti, gets it away nicely to Jordan. Tupaia is there, good hands from Mo'unga. Whitelock with the settler. Once again, lightning quick to the breakdown. To clear it is Finlay Christie. And an advantage, force it offside. Little chip ahead from Mo'unga. Falls into the hands of Jordan. Richie Mo'unga, the step, losing his footing. But brushing them off and he's in. Richie Mo'unga.
Hang about. I think I've spoken about some magic footwork of Richie Mo'unga before. But there was nearly some comedy in the way that he was able to bounce to a knee, get back up, half stutter, nearly fall over, and still able to score the try. I tell you what, Will Jordan, we saw him on the left wing, nearly making a line break. He gravitates back to the right for the chip for Mo'unga, back on the inside. Now check this out, left foot step, back down to a knee, a little bit of a push from Christie, get rid of a tackler, one more, start a step. Oh, hey, hang about. How good's that finish?
Oh, absolutely 5-star. That's what it is, Marshy. This guy, remember, he hasn't played footy for a little while, and he has come out smoking at the moment. Richie Mo'unga, that come from the turnover from Hoskins Sotutu in their own 22. And I like the carry first from Tupaia, and also Braden Enor, but very strong in the 12-13 jersey. But this guy is just elite, isn't he, Richie Mo'unga?
I think the other thing that's really causing havoc for the USA, there seems to be about 4 Will Jordans out there.
Well, that's the problem because of his balance in the way that he plays in the back three. Obviously plays fullback really astutely, and because of that he has knowledge of when there's a turnover. So the turnover from the line out, Jordan from the right wing went all the way across to the left. He was supporting the players out there, made a mini line break, and instead of just staying out there, he got back to the other side, his natural position, the right wing, and was there for the Mo'unga chip. He is absolutely everywhere.
Richie Mo'unga with the conversion. He's got a try now and 5 conversions, 15 points already for the game, and still with quarter of an hour to go in the first half, the on-target All Blacks 40-0 up. I say on target because the record books, well, we're already starting to look at them. Forlorn looks on the faces of some of the US players, and that's not going to help Carty, who's getting plenty of kick-off practice, but that one he's sent over the touchline. They'll come back to halfway.
Look, I think we probably need to make another reference to the fact that the US are unable to select all of their overseas players. So they have some young players like Luke Carty. This is only his 6th test. That really, this is a big stage for them to be on. And at the moment, when you're in the situation of facing 40-0 after only 26 minutes of the first half, you don't have that experience in the side to sort of re-galvanise. So you can sort of feel some compassion for the situation they're in.
And you're coming off games against Canada and Uruguay. It doesn't really prepare you for the accuracy, the power, and just the incredible speed with which the All Blacks play their game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He couldn't get a bind on you, so then we just lent in. Same again, please. Yep.
Well, plenty of messages for the folks back home.
Yep. Crouch!
I'm sure there'll be people from all over the US have come for this match. It's just a shame that New Zealand fans couldn't tour because they've made up good numbers in the crowd. Now, off the back with a little run goes Christie, sets them alight, gets it back. Mackenzie now, Tupaia busting onto it. He's got Ba'i with him. It was a lovely pass, but he's been chopped down in the tackle and loses possession. Augsburger, but he's got him for the high shot. Well, it was a try saver.
It's a seatbelt tackle, just a penalty over the shoulder.
This is where they just need to show some composure. There's a pass from Tupaia, showing all of those skills that we mentioned earlier. Ba'i gets the hit high, which dislodged the ball. It was just over the shoulder, pretty harmless, but does still warrant a penalty.
Quinn Tupaia, though, again, just showing when he runs hard, he's just bringing in multiple defenders from the USA. Good work there from Zaveta getting back. Just needs to lower it a little bit. Big unit there he is.
No, just take the message, please. There we go. Same again.
And Zaveta, big man, played against the Māori All Blacks when they came to Chicago back in 2016. And we of course have been talking about Sean Wainui, played in that match. Also marked by a spectacular runaway try by Kane Hames. Don't see that very often. Well, the All Blacks now, good attacking scrum. Christie runs, plenty of options. Jordan! He gets his second.
Nicely worked.
Sorry?
Saw Tutu off the back. Finlay Christie in behind the lead runners. And then that transition runner is just getting on the outside of that last 2 defenders that the US are offering up. 8-9 transition runners behind them to Mackenzie. He's behind as well. And from there on in, the pass to Will Jordan is simplistic. The finish is still quality. And he keeps racking them up, this kid.
And again, just a little bit of footwork, just as he bounced that on that pass from Damian McKenzie. There's little micro skills once again from the All Blacks. Has been highlighted so much in this match for me in this first 30 minutes.
Well, it was nicely done, but scored with almost ridiculous ease. 50 beckoning and still 10 to play in the first half. Still going through that familiar routine and striking the ball nicely, but unable to convert that one. So it's 45-0.
Let's talk about the simplistic nature of that move, TJ. It was the right call at that time. Kuntu Paia and Braden Eno have been running so hard in the midfield, so the defence has to respect that. They go out the back door with D-Mac is just so good on that angle, and then Will Jordan just skill supreme.
Carty, who's just lumping them down the field now. Damian McKenzie sends a long one. Blacks have only kicked, I think, twice for distance in the game so far. Couple of nice little chips. They're mixing it up nicely. Big game for some of these players when you consider the competition for places. And I think McKenzie will be one. He's lost his fullback spot. You have to say in the number one lineup to Geordie Barrett. Kuntu Paia, Finlay Christie. These are guys who can stake a big claim. Four more tests to come after this, starting with Wales. Fawcett. Sam Whitelock getting up to contest and has been knocked through by Tupova'i.
Knock-on advantage.
Well, let's see what they can do with it. Back on their own 22. Nice work from Lopetti, the centre. That's a nice step. He's got himself through the hole. Now he needs some support. It's there. Augsburger rips it out. Quickly on by Hooley. Now Hermesace, the open side flanker, they've barreled him out over the touchline, but that's the first really good attacking move of the game from the USA. It came from Taviti Lopetti, the centre.
It was nice, good step. The line-out ball was messy. Augsburger, who I think's been their best in this half. The halfback managed to clean that up, and then the breakout from Lopepi was great.
Whitelock wins it. They're not allowing the US any time at all to set it line out. Tupaia, lovely ball away. Here's Jordan again. He's just all over the place. Christie, he's got Tarval with him, and Big Angus is in.
Oh, they're having a field day. The loose head first, and now the tight head, Angus Ta'avol. Again, just the tempo from the All Blacks. They didn't mess around from the US getting bundled in the touch. The line-out distribution was great. Good decisions in the back line. Will Jordan looming up on the opposite wing again. Nice support lines from Christie. And then back on the inside to Angus Ta'avol. Everybody did their job there, including Braden Eno, who got absolutely creamed.
Oh, he did take his medicine, but he got the pass away. But what's Big Gus doing there, son? He saw it, he's looking over, he says the last defender, go get you some, big boy. How good.
Well, that brings up 50. Make it 52 with the conversion by Richie Mo'unga. Angus Ta'avau in his 20th test. I love the lovely soft pass there too from Kuntu Paia to Jordan. Oh, that's the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum. Fantastic museums.
You know your history. Washington history, TJ. Fair play.
Oh, yes, tour guide. What's doing?
I am learning a lot.
Bit of a nerd. Can't help myself.
Love it.
Asafo Almua.
Taken back.
The All Blacks have been able to bring the ball back routinely from the restarts with great effect. Christie playing with great accuracy. Va'i again, a spectacular, hopeful flick out the back, but there just always seems to be someone there to get on it. You might not get away with that against every team. Va'i again. Christie, numbers stacked up on the left, trying to release the ball quickly. Tupaia that time though found an opposite hand. Nate Brakeley.
Who was it knocked on by?
One of the veterans in this US team. Look to get away. Here's Timani, who looks good, but that's an excellent tackle made on him by Braden Eno, and they get a penalty out of it, the All Blacks, for hanging on in the tackle. So Tutu was there.
Squeeze ball.
I'm with you, though, Marsha. I wouldn't mind seeing the USA team just take it forward a little bit. That's how they made their last break through the centre. They did the work first. And play on, are we? No, it's gone over the sideline, but...
Thank you. Good here. Yep.
These teams playing for the 1874 Cup. Almoa steaming away from the line out. Are setting their rucks really well. They're not getting a lot of opposition.
Back.
Christie pops
Good,
it up
no,
to
play
Groot.
on. Okay, boys, hold there.
Now Moonga again
Went
trying the
backwards.
pass over the top. It's been picked up and in goes Quinn Tupaia, his first try for the All Blacks.
Time off.
The referee might check something
Initially
here.
forward.
Yeah, initially forward.
Okay. Brett, you there?
I think the pass from Richie Mo'unga was
Yeah,
forward,
on
out of the
field
hands.
decision is a try. I just wanted to check the initial pass from number 10 as to whether it went forward out of the hands initially.
Okay, so we've got an on-field try. We'll check that
Yep.
pass from Black.
Yeah.
It looked line ballish
Yeah, fair enough.
from first view. He was trying to get over the defender who had rushed up and just rolled the wrists over it. Yeah, I think it was always heading forward.
Got plenty of lines on the field to judge from, haven't we?
It's going to be hard for them to tell, however, from that really narrow angle.
Just holding Angus. I'm just getting another angle.
Yep.
It's the second time he's
Just
sort of
checking
used
another
this
angle.
awkward motion, like you said, Marsha, to just get over that defender rushing up. Well, you're not going to see anything from
Mate,
that.
to me, that's not clear and obvious. I'm staying with my on-field decision. Okay.
I just don't think they were able to come up with any sort of angle to show whether or not it had gone forward out of the hands, and so he has to stick with his original decision, and that is a try, a first try to Quinn Tupaia. Nice and handy for Richie Mo'unga. And it's 59-0. Still a couple of minutes to play. The All Blacks, well, they'll be threatening all sorts of records in this game. They're well on track to bring up 100. Vai showing a bit of urgency
Inside.
to make sure he got to the ball and collected it well. Whitelock, nice footwork, evasive work there from Morgan. Now here's McKenzie accelerating, gets it away to Jordan, holding the ball out in front of him, takes the tackle. It was Big Breakley who got across the lock. That's good work from him. Some of these American players will be really feeling the pace of this game. Tupaia. Show of the ball from Ta'avao. Nice offload away to Christie. Now Sam Whitelock, the skip. And it's a penalty. Incorrect entry, I think.
Entry number 8.
Yep. Clement Hayes was there on over the ball, which meant that that All Black supporting player had to get rid of him because he was a threat. Didn't quite get his angle to the breakdown right.
He's been good, though, the open side for the Eagles. Hunku Herman Hayes, he's been all over the park. He just needs someone to back him up.
He's Sabeta Hermes, who's born in Kimberley, South Africa, but he's been in the States for about 17 years. He's really invested in this team. Plays for the Utah Warriors.
Last time they tried to work the peel on the line out, and they did have Lopeti and Campbell coming tight, trying to set those targets, but they couldn't get the ball to him. Fawcett got shut down before that. Let's see if they look for that pattern
Boys,
again.
open up. Get
It'll
on
be
the line,
Fawcett
please.
going around.
Move across. Come on,
Probably
open up.
Augsburger bouncing
Step
out,
across.
and they'll try to hit
Go.
those two centres in around where Mo'unga will be defending.
Might yet get an opportunity to see the work of the US
Good.
attack coach, Stephen Brett. Hitting it straight up as Campbell. Papali'i there driving him back with force. Augsburger's gone right through the middle of them. Nate Augsburger and the step. Oh, this is a moment of history. This is the first try ever scored by Team USA against the All Blacks.
Well, and it came through a bit of a calamity, really, defensively from the All Blacks. I'm not sure whether Angus Gardner got in the way or one of the All Black players pushed each other. But when it came back for Augsburger, it left a gaping big hole because a defender was compromised. One or two defenders were compromised. He accelerated through the gap. Still had some work to do because McKenzie was there coming across.
Yeah, it was a hell of
So here we can see the ball bounces out. Oh, it's his own player that sort of propels him forward. Whitelock can't quite contain it. He must have been zeroing in on that runner, which was Blakely. Augsburger gets past McKenzie, goes in under the sticks.
He's been good though. He's been in the best on show so far in this first 40 minutes for this USA Eagle team. Nate Augsburger, how you like that?
Well, the crowd finally, the Americans in the crowd find something to do other than sit back and admire the work of the All Blacks. Bit of glory, all right.
Just glancing by.
Nate Augsburger, who has played in the past as a winger, you can see why with that speed, but he gets a try that will gladden their hearts as they go to the halftime break at 59-7.
Yeah, welcome back.
Hockey, welcome back. 59-7. The All Blacks certainly staring down a record score, but something for the US fans to cheer about just before the break with the try by Nate Augsburger. Richie Mo'unga, who's been almost flawless in the first half. The restart taken just outside the 22. Well, what are the messages from Gary Gold at halftime? What can they do to tighten up their defence and make a little bit more of what ball they do get? Kicking it to Damian McKenzie might not be the ideal way to go about it. Asafo Almua now on a rampaging run, looking left and right, and then taking contact. Christie, whose presence around the field has been excellent. Here's McKenzie again, weaving his way through. Gets a nice ball away. Dalton Papali'i, and the All Blacks are going to start the second half the way they started with the first, and it's a double for Angus Ta'avao.
Oh, hang about Angus Ta'avao. He's all about scoring tries under the posts at the moment rather than scrummaging. It wasn't an absolute complete science from the All Blacks. It was a bit messy. It bumbled around on the ground a bit, kicks there, McKenzie scoops it up, but then the footwork from McKenzie, the offload short to Papali'i. He picks out the right man on the inside. The tight head prop, Angus Ta'avao, goes in for a second. Can you believe it? Well, actually today, yes I can.
Oh, missed tackles for the US. That's 22 all up so far. It took, 30 seconds to score the first try. That takes a minute and a half to get it started again on resumption for the All Blacks.
Mo'unga. Another easy one for him. Richie Mo'unga in this game has gone past Doug Howlett, now into the 7th highest scorer for the All Blacks in Test rugby. All smiles for Angus Ta'avao. Looks fit and healthy. For the 12th time, the 11th time in the game, Luke Carty kicks off. A good strong carry from Quinn Tupaia. Infield ball to Tupovai. Almua. Here's, I got this. Jacobson, he's got two. Tupaia just not giving them any opportunity to set their defence around the fringe.
Good.
De Groot. All Black props have certainly shown plenty of good touches. They've scored 3 tries between them. McKenzie, quick hands in. Oh, another nice ball away. Just clipped was Will Jordan. Now Whitelock and a penalty. Well, they've given away a couple of those. That's an incorrect entry. Tupovai it is.
Number 5. Side entry.
Well, they were working hard there, the All Blacks. Very nearly again made that break on the right wing. Will Jordan just got clipped.
Defensively, though, good start for the USA. I know that first try, I'll just rub that out, but that's it there. brilliant. It was the 7 again. Herman
Hey,
Hayes
boys.
getting over that ball.
Hey, just don't shift in on them on the gap, please, okay?
Luke Carty, whose brother Jack plays with the Irish national team.
8 white.
Qualifies for the States, does Luke Carty, through a grandmother who was born in New York. 2 or 3 of that
Has the sub been
in
done?
this team, players with
Sub complete.
parental
Okay, hold the gap, please, boys.
qualification.
Yep.
It's like they've
Time
bought
back
off
on.
the big man Savetta. And Tonga Uiha is on. Moni Tonga Uiha from Oakland, California. He's got the headgear. They go to Savetta at the front. He's dragged to ground.
Good.
Eventually they get it back to Augsburger, waiting for it Bonassa, but they go on the short side. Augsburger, well, he's been a standout in this game. Not just because he scored the try. Tonga Uiha. Imagine we're going to see a lot of changes over the next 30 or 40 minutes. Now Tonga Uiha winds up for a charge, taken by Jacobson. Now Lopetti has made a couple of good runs. Carty holding it out in front, thought about an infield pass to his captain, went to ground. So they're showing a bit of patience here, the Eagles. Lopetti. Now it's Paul Mullen, another Irishman. Lopetti driven back. Good defence, Sam Whitelock. Tonga Uiha certainly putting up his hands for a few carries after coming on. Now the hooker Fawcett. Augsburger, Carty. Cut out pass, trying to wheel away as Hermeses. Tackle made by Enor, who's been very solid. Oh, now Harmon hit by the oncoming All Blacks. Well, Angus Ta'avao was there. Christie was there. Ta'avao almost ripped it away. Fawcett. So the phase is building. Not really going anywhere, but they're keeping possession while Christie's zeroing in, and they get a penalty. Well, they were patient on defence, the All Blacks, and inevitably the opportunity came.
Well, I guess they just spoke a little bit about what we were thinking they should probably be, which is more patient in the first half, a little bit more direct. They certainly were that way. Their clean-out was much better. They conceded a ground eventually, but it's the way to fatigue the All Blacks. If they can fatigue the All Blacks into making errors at the breakdown or defensively just falling out of line a little bit, that's when they'll make the line breaks they're after.
Almoa. That's not straight.
Not straight.
And that's the fatigue you're talking about, Justin Marsh, right there. They had to make a number of tackles. O'Moore with the mistake there, but I'm with you. Scrum. They use their big men. That's their strength, this USA team. And now they're getting a couple more opportunities that they didn't get in that first 40 minutes.
And it's what they need to do. They need to get more time with ball in hand. I grabbed a couple of stats. Not the traditional ones out of the first half. The tackle one is a bit more traditional, but they had to make 80 tackles to only 20 from the ABs. Generic passes in the first half, the All Blacks made 121. The USA only made 31. And the really interesting one to me, time in opposition 22. The USA 1 minute 41, the All Blacks 1 minute 30 is all they spent in there. Shows you where the All Blacks were scoring their tries, from deep outside the 22.
Shove coming on from the All Blacks.
Yeah,
and awkward at the back for Augsburger. Had Papali'i all over him. He's recovered pretty well. Here's Hermeses. Managed to keep the ball alive, but All Blacks defending well, and Carty this time decides to kick. McKenzie taking it on the 22, makes it to the 30. And a nice one out the back to George Bridge. Seen a lot of the action going the other way, the way of Will Jordan in this game. George Bridge. Mo'unga holding it, standing, and ready to deliver was Hoskins Satutu. Mo'unga again, dancing, breaking through. Richie Mo'unga, dazzling footwork. Ball away to McKenzie. Papali'i. And not even the desperate Augsburger can stop him going in for the try. And the All Blacks into the 70s.
A little bit of razzle-dazzle early on from Damien McKenzie. Bit of showmanship as he distributed the ball out wide, but then as they brought it across, it's just equally as impressive when Richie Mo'unga decides to show you some footwork. It's not only about the footwork, it's about the hips. A little shuffle of the hips. He can beat a defender just like that, which he did in this instance. The minute that he does this, check this out. This is not easy to do. Around from the inside to the out to George Bridge, Damien McKenzie. That's some razzle-dazzle for you. But look at that with the hips of Richie Mo'unga. It's the step, but then the shuffle of the hips. He's got numbers aplenty. Picks out McKenzie, who started it all on the other side, back into Papali'i.
And what's so good about Richie Mo'unga, he picks his time to do that. He's set up the defence nicely. He waits for them to overchase. That's when he used those hips Justin Marshall was talking about. And then he picks the right player in support to hit and the timing of the pass. He is elite, this man in jersey number 10, and he's been pretty good off the tee as well.
And it's acceleration as well. Like, you see that and he takes off and beats the defender, and you think, how has he done that? Is it footwork or the hips or a little bit of strength? But he's actually incredibly explosive as well, so he leaves defenders behind the minute he dazzles them with footwork.
23 points in the game so far. All Blacks already threatening their highest ever score against the USA. The conversion is good. Well, he didn't even watch it go between the posts. Nonchalantly leant over, picked up the tee. Dalton Papali'i looks like he's finished. He's gone to the sideline, and the All Blacks have started to make changes.
Which could probably mean a return for Sam Cane. Much awaited return. Great to see him back from injury. Nightlife again, TJ, tour guide. Where were we there?
Well, I was trying to catch up with the subs, actually. Marshy, I'm sorry about that.
I feel like I've missed out on something that's happened in Washington, D.C.
You have. And what I can tell you is that the All Blacks have changed out their front row. So Coles is on, Bauer is on, Lomax is on. There he is throwing a loose offload. It's been picked up by Lopetti, who in turn loses it. And all the referees saying, play on. In fact, it was a rip initially. Now, George Bauer.
Well done, thank you, Seven.
And we look to the side of Dane Coleswell. The offload from Braden Enor away to Jordan. Didn't find the mark.
In front of the mark,
Lopetti wants it quickly. Well, they could get themselves into a bit of trouble here if they try and throw the ball around willy-nilly. Bonassa, it's a Benjamin Bonassa put on the ground. Carty, show of the ball, makes a bit of ground. Christie trying to rip it away. Coming through was Jacobson, but they've still got it, the Eagles. Well, they had it. Finley Christie.
Play advantage.
Is in there making a nuisance of himself. The referee's playing advantage.
Yeah, number 9.
And in the end, it was knocked on by Finley Christie.
Just want to highlight there, you probably won't see the replay, but
scrum.
The difference in defence. So they made some room to make a break on the outside there, the USA. And all the All Black players did was hold. The winger held, and everybody just stayed in their zone, and then they waited for the defence to come from the inside and cover that line break.
Just wait for the call, please.
Conversely, the Eagles, they just want to turn in and make the tackle on the first ball carrier, and that's what's exposing them on the outside. Gives you the complete different styles of both sides.
Well, you saw the shot there of Sam Cane. It's been a long comeback from that pectoral muscle that he ripped playing against the Blues in March. 57 minutes for King Country against Whanganui.
Set.
Proved he was ready for action.
No, early, far
and
side.
there is Sam Cane back on the field. It's a free kick to the US, and here's the skip, Campbell. Trying to bounce away from the tackle of Tupaia. Got him at the second go. Breakley. So Tutu trying to get over him, but good support play, good assistance at the breakdown. Harmon with a carry. Augsburger again. So they've got a bit of momentum here. Tonga Uiha.
Go, hold there.
Now Augsburger. Mullen. Trying to get through and support him was Breakley. Lost his footing, but they get another penalty here.
Straight in the side.
Yeah, they've done that 2 or 3 times. Augsburger takes it quickly. Tonga Uiha. They weren't back 10, the All Blacks. They go wide, almost into the corner. They've lost shorts. Have they won try?
Well, Jordan was the tackler.
To the line.
Yep.
So I can't make a decision.
That's fine. So we've got a grounding, so on-field decision will be a try.
I believe so, yeah.
We're going to check touch. And if it's not a try, will come back for the penalty advantage, not 10 on the offside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Brett, you there? Okay, we've got an on-field decision try. Can you check the touchline?
I think Will Jordan did enough to pull his legs across the touchline before he bounced it down.
Well, it's Ryan Matias who's gone into the corner from the San Diego Legion.
They're not having a bad time, the crowd, are they?
Oh, they'll have fun. They'll have fun anyway. It's a great thing to be able to do. Go to a big sporting event in the USA. The crowd make their own fun. Well, here it is here. I don't think we're going to be able to tell from this angle.
Actually,
It looks like his legs are up.
he might have pulled his legs up, yes. He definitely had them over the touchline, but did he lift them up, Will Jordan?
This will be the shot. You will absolutely love this, as you spoke about. TJ spent a bit of time in NZ, has Matthias.
No.
There's no evidence to say it's not, though.
Yeah.
Just going to have a look at that angle again, Angus.
Well, that's the call I think they're getting, that the feet are up.
Yeah.
Well, they've already made history scoring their first try against the All Blacks. To double it, that'll be absolutely massive for this USA team.
Well, this is absolutely not going to show
Is this the best angle you've got, Brett?
Yeah, I agree,
Yes, this is the best angle I've got.
Okay,
There's
this is the
nothing
best
from
angle.
behind.
Yeah, no worries.
which is not going to be favourable for the All Blacks at all.
It's a very strange spot to put a camera.
Angus.
Looks like the legs are off the ground there, mate, as well.
Yeah, agree.
Is that what you're seeing?
And he grounds it in one motion, so you can award the try.
Award the try. Okay, cool.
So Ryan Matias, the man who played sevens rugby for North Harbour, scores a try against the All Blacks. That's their second. It's 73-12.
Yeah, actually helped coach that kid when he was at Harbour along with Jeff Valley. Absolutely brilliant young man, hard worker. He's had a number of tests for the USA now. There he is there. That is absolutely brilliant. Creating history out of the USA, and that guy there gets his second try ever against the All Blacks.
So the challenge for the All Blacks is to reset their rhythm.
No, it's good.
They've made lots of changes already,
Now got warm.
and with the changes came the USA finding their way back into the game and getting some momentum off a mistake from Lomax, I think it was. So new players onto the field and adjusting to the rhythm of the game can sometimes throw you off your rhythm that you've already created, and that certainly needs to be something the All Blacks will have to talk about, because they're going to make many more changes, obviously, from here.
Luke Carty from the champion US Giltinis, and that's a superb conversion. Try by Matias, well converted. It's 73-14.
And I've just seen another high number running on for the All Blacks as well. Could have been Barrett or Leonard Brown.
Here he is back in the action, Matias. Running into contact, and yeah, straight away the All Blacks winning a penalty. That was excellent work by Vai. Picking up the bouncing ball was Jacobson. Strong run from Tupaia, smuggles it away. Anton Leonard Brown has been on the field for about 5 seconds, and he's already on the board.
Yeah, they've brought on Perenara as well, the All Blacks. So again, like I said, they've made those changes. However, players that come on with test caps and the experience of Anton Leonard Brown and TJ Perenara, then they do adjust to the tempo of the game. And Dane Coles as well, who's entered the match. There's Perenara, bounce pass, picked up by Jacobson, who's been excellent all day. Mwanga, as always, makes a great decision, and Tupaia, who's having an outstanding game, to his Chiefs teammate Anton Leonard Brown.
Oh, the timing of the passes, though. Richie Mwanga out to Quinn Tupaia. Then Tupaia just setting up his Chiefs teammate and Anton Leonard Brown. But Tupaia, man, his running meters, especially after post contact, have been absolutely huge today.
Richie Mwanga in front of it. A crowded, it's a very narrow touchline. A lot of these American football grounds. Certainly you can feel the atmosphere has picked up since the Americans have scored a couple of tries. Mwanga, this one well away to the right. So no conversion, but 78-14 the score.
Mahoney and Basker have come on for the US. So both teams ringing all the changes.
So now approaching the midway point of the second half. It was looking disastrous for the US just a few minutes before half-time. Since then, well, they've managed to get a couple of tries on the board, but they're missing tackles still. Damien McKenzie have found him very hard to contain. Petinata
Ball was out.
away to
Play on.
Whitelock. Moonga, again, that show of the ball, hanging on to it. There was nothing on, so they take it back to the right. Leonard Brown, bit of a juggle. Feeds it off to Jordan. Back to Petinata. So the All Blacks looking to work the ball away from their own 22, but Dane Coles had to stretch behind him, just overran it a little. Referee said didn't knock it on, knocked it down, so play carries on. Here's Enor now, stationed out on the wing, looking for someone to offload to. Takes it to ground, makes it up over halfway. Spinning is Va'i.
Yeah, well done.
Petinata to Moonga. Coles secure this time. McKenzie put on the ground.
Leave him.
It's a bit of a loose one. Sam Cane, first touch for him for a while. Jacobson still struggling to stop the All Black attackers in their tracks.
Lost forward first.
That was actually lost forward by Lomax into an oncoming US
Forward
player
first
before
off
it spilled
18,
away. So
then by White.
it's a scrum feed to the Americans.
Yeah, it's the first time in a long time they jammed in defence for the USA. They read it properly and got a massive turnover there. He is there. The replacement, Tonga
One
Uia,
White sub.
timely shot put on.
4.
But that rhythm, as you spoke about, Marsh, is just not there at the moment, and that'll be the challenge your Black coaches will be looking for.
It's also worth mentioning,
Yeah, you're right.
now that TJ Petinata is on the field, the quality performance of Sam Whitelock leaves the field now as well, of Finlay Christie. I thought he was excellent. Yes, he's on the front foot, getting good ball.
Hey,
But I thought he had an outstanding game, great to see. But this could mean very well a debut, I think, for Josh Lord, who will be replacing Sam Whitelock. We can't quite see yet, but hopefully he has his big moment. If it's not now, it will be soon, and it is.
Time on.
Yep, that's a great moment for Josh Lord. Chad Goff makes his
Okay, boys, last scrum was good. Same
first
again,
appearance
please.
for the USA at hooker. But Josh Lord, just 20 years of age, proof that there is still
Crouch.
a place for an absolute bolter
Bind.
in the modern game. And he'll get a
Set.
good 22 minutes of action out there.
Full arm. Boys, you need to steady up. We're going forward about that much and then coming back.
Well, that was
Got to be
bad.
way more
Matthew
steady.
Lord will be watching
That's
this
what-
on the farm. He'd be pretty stoked too. His young boy goes straight into a scrum.
Yeah, exactly. Best way to enter a scrum, it's a game, it's either that or
Yeah, sure.
well, it's
Yeah,
impossible to do it at a breakdown, isn't it? So it's the next best thing. Good kick.
Oh, great kick. Great kick. Takes them the maximum. 5 from the line.
And I don't think we've seen a maul all day. That's near on
Okay, Mo,
a
you're at the
miracle
front.
in the modern game.
You're at
We
the
have
front.
gone 58
Wide
minutes without a maul.
Well, they've got the units to execute them all. They're absolutely massive, this USA pack.
Nick Savetta, 2:03. And he's the target. But they've
Not straight, boys.
fluffed their lines. It wasn't a straight throw from Chad
Boys on
Goff.
the outside.
And so the All Blacks will get a scrum feed. Disappointment. 5 metres from the All Black line. A chance for a
Do you want to
third
just
try.
alert your seconds or something because you're just getting a good hit.
They've competed a lot more, though,
Going
the
off
second
on
stanza,
them.
TJ, and I'm sure that'll give them a lot of heart. They've come out, they've defended pretty well, generally. Got their attacking phases going in numbers, and regardless of what it ends up, it's going to be history made for this USA team. So there's a lot of positives going forward for them.
Be surprised if they kick straight from set piece here. They'll look to phase first. Tupaia seems to be the man to go to, also Tutu off the back. Bowden Barrett is also on the field, so he's directly behind the scrum as we look at it, set in the kicking position.
Set. Good.
The All Blacks have conceded
Yeah,
a couple
excellent.
at scrum time. Now Satutu comes strongly off the back. Gets a nice ball away to TJ Petinata. Brushes off one. Good stepping. And Enor, the pass though from Perenara was forward.
Forward, boys.
Jesus, explosive off the back there, wasn't he? Hoskins, Satutu. Ran about 10 metres before he was even touched. He's DJ Perenara, and yeah, fair enough too.
Forward pass there.
Yep, well forward. As I say, they've got all of those lines.
Yeah, well,
being an American football ground, there's a mark every metre. So the refs have got plenty of reference points when they're looking for the forward passes.
I want to take back to the point that Marshy made, though. Those reserves coming on, trying to get up to game speed with the players that started the game is very tough, and they're trying as much as they can, but that's the discipline the coaches be looking for once again.
Just need to make sure that you're not pushing, particularly when you're making line breaks like that one from Perenara and Satutu. We've seen it where they're just looking like they're trying to get there too quickly, whereas in the first half they were prepared to be patient and break the Americans down first.
Steal. Good.
All Blacks trying to put the shunt on, and that's a good, powerful scrum. They've just walked right over the top of it. Perenara away to Bowden Barrett. Well, trying to release it was Leonard Brown. McKenzie wriggling his way out of a couple of tackles. Referee is playing an advantage here. Tupaia gets them headed in the right direction, as he's done all day. Barrett, little delay, nice ball away. Here's a first touch for Lord, almost with a smile on his face as he handles the ball for the first time as an All Black. Coles, oh, good ball away from him to Enor. Perenara did well to hang on to it. Couldn't quite link up, though, with the flying Will Jordan. And Mahoney, the replacement lock, has it for the USA. So, little handling errors that weren't there in the first half being made by the All Blacks.
No, you lost it.
Trying to rip it away.
Hold it.
Basker. I think a couple of the All Blacks might have done a double take and wondering whether Faf de Klerk had somehow made it into the US team. But he's the replacement halfback. They've only got 2 subs in the back division. He's one of them.
Really like the way Angus Gardner referees the breakdowns. When he sees players in over the ball looking to turn it over,
hold there.
He then allows them to have a crack, and if they don't get it, he doesn't award a penalty.
There's Lord soaring to grab it. Oh, maybe a fortuitous grab there for Braden Enor that Leonard Brown almost looked like he'd lost control. And
should have had it originally.
So good work from Hermes. They really rate this guy.
Should have had it
the
originally.
Open side flanker in the number 7 jersey. South African born, and he wins them the penalty.
And going forward too to that breakdown, absolutely brilliant there from Herman Hayes. He's run some yards today, that's for sure.
Yeah, you'll be able to pick him up, Angus Gardner, hopefully, and he's very good in that area. He sees that Jackler for what he is. You've had a crack, you had it, and then you missed it, and you let it go. A lot of referees will go, oh, you've had your hands on it, it must be a penalty, but still that responsibility of that player is to lift that ball and turn it over, and if you don't execute that skill, it doesn't need to be a penalty awarded. Just let the game flow. He does it really well. Good communicator.
Goff wasn't straight with the first one,
play on.
But finds Savetta with this one, and they are going to have a crack at a rolling maul. All Black hand comes through, though, puts paid to that. Here's Lopetti running with real thrust.
Leave it.
There for Basker. Savetta, he stopped. But now the captain, Campbell, just tying up the ball, charging ahead. They've got some big men off the bench. Mahoney is another one. All Blacks having to do some defending here as Tonga Uiha comes at them again. I think they're playing another advantage. Augsburger wrapped up by Leonard Brown, but they were offside. Well, can they find their way to the line a third time?
Back.
Showing a lot of character here. They were getting an absolute hammering in the first half. But they're coming back at them a bit. Ball lobbed over the top. Oh, crunching tackle made on Campbell. That was Braden Enor who came on from the wing and flattened him, but they'll go back for the penalty.
They want to keep their discipline here, the All Blacks, especially in front of their own try line. Yeah, there's the shot put on by Enor.
Number, Scotty.
They're giving away another opportunity for the USA Eagles. Here it comes here.
2 and 3.
Oh, yeah, folds him.
That's great to see Braden Enor back and playing again. He's a player who just showed so much incredible promise, but He's had a wretched run with injuries.
Boys, listen. With your jumper, make sure he comes up and straight down. Don't throw him forward. No.
Goff.
Good.
Yeah, Angus Gardner happy with that. Savetta takes it down. They've funneled it back to the hooker, Goff. Blacks holding them up, though, and threatening to get players through the ruck here, and Busker is having some difficulty ripping this out. A few All Black hands in the air. That good defence.
Ball to deck.
Yeah, Luke Jacobson, I think it was, and number 6, and also Tyrell Lomax getting on their ball and just shutting it down. First rolling ball, they tried it earlier on, they go the second time, and just good work there from the All Black front 8.
It's a great shot of young Josh Lord. Outstanding to be making his debut
Here we go,
at a
boys.
young age.
Okay.
A future ahead for him, but the shot I was going to mention is he's sucking in the deep breath because well and truly, regardless of the opposition, Test rugby is played at a different tempo. You find that out very, very quickly. It doesn't take long to be out on that field and know how much quicker the game is to anything you've experienced before.
Bind.
Young man brought up.
Set.
Around Ufanga in the shadows of one of the great maunga of New Zealand. Well, Will Jordan, good run from him. Satutu's there in support. Bowden Barrett can put the hammer down and clear out to score. Test try number 37.
Never did anything wrong near the US. It was just all quality from the All Blacks. Tutu off the back. It was the offloads and the tackle and the pace of Will Jordan, the support play of Perenara. Everything was executed to absolute perfection. They actually made their tackles to a degree, the US, but the All Blacks' timing and precision and support play was outstanding. Beautiful pass that draws in a defender. Will Jordan also brings one in. His pace got on the outside. Offloading the tackle from Sotutu. Offloading the tackle from TJ Perenara. And then the speed of Bowden Barrett just to complement what was an excellent team try.
Yeah, basic skills executed to the highest level. 2 drawn passes, 2 offloads, and then brilliant support play. And Bowden Barrett, he is just so smooth.
37th try for Bowden Barrett. That draws him level with the great Jonah Lomu. In 7th place on the all-time list, Damien McKenzie takes over the goal kicking. The crowd have seen that before. And his first attempt is flagged away. But it's into the 80s now, 83-14. So still a chance for the All Blacks to crack the ton. 12 minutes to play. Barrett takes it. And here's one of the standouts for this New Zealand performance, Quinn Tupaia. Looking at players who are given their opportunity in this game and what they could take from that opportunity. Jordan, little change of pace, but Augsburger, who's been terrific, puts him in to touch the comeback, though. All Black penalty.
Augsburger's moved to the wing.
Offside,
Basker came on at halfback. He moved to the wing. And that's probably the very first time. Goes to show you how good Augsburger has been. Defensively, he's been outstanding. Yes, he scored that great try. But he's simply been the best I've had out there today, the US, I believe. The first time that Will Jordan's been bundled into touch, and he was the man to do it.
Yeah, he's been fantastic, Augsburger. And also, he spoke about earlier on, Finlay Christie, he was massive defensively too, wasn't he?
White 7. Substitution, White 7.
Dane Cole's waiting to throw. The All Blacks a record tally.
Just hold the gap, please.
Not quite a record margin
I just want the hooker
yet.
on the mark. Okay, time on.
Bahi lifted by Lord. And they bring Jordan in from the wing. Little dummy, he's in again.
Did I just say they can contain him. No, they can't. It was a walk-in six-man line-out. Executed beautifully. Inside ball from Dane Coles. And Will Jordan, now the key to this try was not only the inside ball and the way that he just laid it up, Dane Coles, it's the speed that Jordan hit the ball. So there's Coles, just leaves it there, but Will Jordan's at full pace. And he believes in the pass that Coles has left there for him, and he just hits it. He's already accelerated, and at that speed, you're just not going to stop this guy. One thing that's so natural to him is his timing also. He comes from actually the outside of Dane Coles and the wraps on the inside. As you spoke about, Marsh, he hits it at 100 miles an hour, and that's just bye-byes.
And it's a hat-trick for Will Jordan. It was the angle that really deceived him, quite an oblique angle that he came from, not where you'd expect a right-side winger to come from. So it's 92-14, and they are taking their time getting back to halfway now.
It's really difficult as well to hit a set move like that at full pace. If there's a defender there, you're running into some trouble. He just believed in the move, found the space.
15 tries now in Test rugby for Will Jordan. Barrett quickly bangs it away. Well, they take it quickly, the US.
Wait!
And the kick downfield from Carty, but he's kicked it straight to Bowden Barrett. And here they come again. Mackenzie scampering across field, stepping. They really have had all sorts of problems. He's been tying them in knots. Vai, the offload, Coles is there. He tries a little kick through, sets off after it, and makes the tackle too on Carty. Mackenzie's there, but the All Blacks aren't able to turn it over. Tonga Uiha. Now here's Andrew Guerra, replacement loose forward. Carty, really nowhere for him to go, so he has to take the tackle. Managed to evade George Bauer. And keep working away. Waldron, replacement prop. Now here's Whakaosi Pipeleti through the hands, and something building on the right. Campbell takes it into contact, and they win a penalty on halfway.
Stay up. 13 off.
I like the way they've kept their continuity though in patches here in the second forward of the USA Eagle again. They didn't kick the ball away, they were patient. And just on their last effort, they're finding space on the outside finally.
That's not such a great kick. He banged one right down into the corner earlier on in the half, did Carty.
Boys, just a half step.
She orchestrated things really well.
Yep.
Young Luke Carty said he's only starting his sixth test. Not been easy, but he's been faultless really in his execution.
Yes, as soon as they found out he qualified, he went straight into the team. Here he is again on the ball. Floated pass from Double-Ass. Augsburger showing his versatility out on the wing, but unfortunately, like a few players today, just run out of room.
That's that defensive structure you spoke about though, Marshy, wasn't it?
Well, they've taken it quickly, the All Blacks. They spread it wide. Petinara stepping again. Eventually taken by Guerra. Jacobson there to clear it. Barrett. Wide they go now, and nice ball. Oh, it was a nice ball away from Leonard Brown, but Jordan couldn't hang on to it. If he held on to that, he was in for number 4.
He's not done a lot wrong. He really has been absolutely everywhere, and his quality of finishing, but the opportunities created for others as well has been outstanding. Beautiful shift on for Mackenzie. That's outstanding from Leonard Brown. Barely touched the ball. He probably had one defender to try and skin, but given the day that he's had, he probably would have done that without hesitation, I'd imagine.
Well, just while they make some more subs, there was a nice moment ago, just a phase or two ago, when on the far side of the field, Damien McKenzie and Nate Augsburger came together. Augsburger made it clear over the last few years that his favourite player in rugby is Damien McKenzie.
Okay, Black.
And I've seen a bit of each other this afternoon, and I'm sure they'll see a bit of each other after the game.
I wonder how that jersey swap's going.
I was going to say jersey swap for sure.
Finlay Christie may miss out. Mind you, his first start for the All Blacks. He'll probably want to keep his.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, boys,
I think the aim for the USA, they'll try and keep it under 3 figures.
Let's
they'll
just
try
keep it
and
going.
also
I know we're at the
stay
back
down the
end of the
centre,
game.
just try and
Let's
eke out
keep the
one
gap.
more try. So still some goals for them, even though they're getting smoked at the minute.
The All Blacks have brought up a century 5 times prior to this. Twice against Tonga, Italy, Portugal and Japan, famously
Crouch.
at the 1995 World Cup.
Bind.
He ran up 145 points.
Set. Good.
Hard to do.
Keep it up. Well
Japan
done.
scored a couple of tries that day too. And Perenara, well, the anguished
Offside,
response,
number 9.
but he was offside.
Kick the corner, have to.
9 offside.
Been a few mistakes, some
It's not been
penalties.
good.
Yeah, from the All Blacks.
I know that's extremely critical given the scoreline, but sort of about the 50th or 45th
Okay,
minute
you might be
even
right,
when
but
the All
from
Blacks
my
started
angle,
to
I
make
couldn't see
changes,
that, all right, so-
they certainly have lost their rhythm a bit. They've scored some breakout tries, but in terms of phases, piecing together game pattern, which they were doing really well, not making mistakes in the first half, the second half has nowhere near been as fluid as that.
Goff. Saveta's done good work in the line-out. They work a move round the front. You're bringing Tonga Ueha into the action, but he lost the ball in contact.
Knock on. Scrum black.
Well, the All Blacks got about 5 minutes left in the game. I don't know whether they're looking at the scoreboard thinking about 100, but they'll want to finish the game in the same clinical style that they started it in.
Well, that'll be the aim for sure. Marcy just spoke about how disconnected they've been in the second effort. I know they can break out, but it'll be interesting the attitude here.
Sorry, mate. Okay, let's go, boys. And we get... Crouch. Bind. Set. Good. Hold.
Quick heel,
Yeah,
Perenara.
well done.
Barrett running strongly onto it. Kane there to help him out. Now Bauer. Jacobson quickly on. Barrett, well, he couldn't hang on to it, but didn't lose it forward. But this is something, again, great work from Tupaia. But the fancy pass from Perenara, that
Tackle!
is not the clinical
Tackle!
play we're talking about.
well done.
And the USA get it back.
Yeah,
Coming for
good.
Basker, but the
Bring
All
it
Blacks, well, they've turned it over. Bauer,
Turnover's good.
yeah,
Play
Perenara
on.
makes amends for the wild pass.
Yep.
And now McKenzie, off he goes. Jacobson there with him. Perenara popping up in support, ducks
High
under a high one.
advantage.
McKenzie keeps it going, shows the ball, little
Advantage
one-hander,
over.
nicely picked up by Enor. Barrett gets rid of it. McKenzie again. Look at the numbers they've got. Coles is there. Kane, we
Knock
tried
on.
to move it quickly. It's come off an American player, I think. What does the referee say? Yeah. Well, that was almost spectacular. Not quite.
Oh, it was. Some
Yeah,
of the
good
work
point.
from McKenzie, Perenara, who got the turnover.
Before he called the knock on.
He showed great patience this time in the contact zone to get the pass to McKenzie, who featured twice. Enor stayed patient, and as they shifted across, probably the one guy that could have done more was Dane Coles. I think he just got rid of it. He should have got rid of it earlier, I should say, to Sam Cane, which would have set Will Jordan up. He just tried to draw that defender in too much, but allowed the outside defender for America to turn in on Sam Cane and not able
that was
to
100%
let him distribute.
Yeah, it was Luke Carty with that read that you spoke about with the hit on Sam Cane. But Damien McKenzie, just that little explosive 5-metre burst that he has. Twice we saw it, and twice he halfway got through a hole. Man, he's had a good game.
Wherever you are watching around the world, thanks for joining us. Maloi Lele, Talofa Lava, Bulavinaka, Kia ora ana.
Is it?
Hope you're enjoying the match. People watching in Australia, South Africa, where we send our warmest wishes to our old colleague Hugh Bladen. Just watching some of the highlights of the match. Mackenzie, he's been a real handful. Damien McKenzie, another player given an opportunity here. We mentioned perhaps lost his place in the pecking order during the winter to Geordie Barrett. You can hardly complain about what he's got up to.
No, and I think that highlights package was pretty much revolving around Finlay Christie. His distribution, his support play,
we might be a little
defensive
bit,
work.
Bad leg. Yeah, real bad.
Pretty sure that that's what we were highlighting there, and
leg.
We reinforced that earlier, didn't we, KT? That the All Blacks found their rhythm very easily because of his distribution and speed to the breakdown. They didn't miss a beat, and he can be very proud of his first start for the All Blacks in a test match. I think we've got a major, a serious injury, guys, so that's why we're having this delay.
He was in the way, was he? Okay, yeah, look.
I think also we talk about
do a good job. So it's really easy for us as players. Individually, you've got to look at your own game first, and that's what we've got to do. So for myself, I want to go out there and play well, and if I can do that, hopefully that'll help the team get the result that we want. Yeah, obviously we head off to Europe after this. This match has been outstanding. It's halfway to Europe for us, so it's quite nice. The team's obviously been in Australia for a few weeks, so it's really nice to kind of cut some of that travel down and do it halfway. It's a occasion we don't get very often. Last time we played USA was in 2014, so really keen to get out there. There's a few survivors that are still hanging around from that game, but everyone's looking forward to playing a team that, for myself, I haven't played before. It's awesome the support you guys give us. It doesn't matter where we are in the world, whether you're a Kiwi or even our supporters offshore. It's great to have your support, and the boys do really enjoy it, and it's pretty cool when you guys get nice and loud and vocal. Yeah, obviously it's a very special occasion, but also a very sad occasion at the same time with the passing of Shawnee. So we'll see it out there. The boys will be out there playing for him, and he's a guy that's touched so many people and played with a number of the squad, whether it was with New Zealand Māori, the Crusaders, the Chiefs, Taranaki or Bay of Plenty, and also some of the New Zealand age group sides. So it's going to be a bit of an emotional one for us.
Black scrum.
Well, you got the thoughts there. That was an interview that was recorded before the match with Sam Whitelock, and some very appropriate words there. And sad to see one of the American players heading off the field.
Yeah, I'll get out of your way. Cool.
Right, so they've gone reasonably direct. We saw that one transition play with the two front runners early in the first half from scrum where Tutu bounced out. Can't do that from this side, so there'll be distribution from Perenara.
Fine.
Let's just see if they try to hit that wide channel again early rather than go direct.
Still.
Well, some of their strike plays from set piece have worked really well. A lot of them revolving around Jordan. This time the pass to Leonard Brown.
Play on.
Well, Perenara couldn't clear it, but Mackenzie's there, scoops it up brilliantly, pops it over the top. Dane Coles spots the try line, and he's in. Well, it all threatened to go horribly wrong, but in the end, comes up trumps for Dane Coles.
And like he's done all day, Damien McKenzie, he's an absolute maestro from broken play. The set move was brilliant. The introduction of Jordan from deep again, he hit the ball at pace, the offload to Leonard Brown. It was a good tackle out the back to mow him down because he did have momentum. From there, the bumble at the back from Perenara. But McKenzie, the flamboyant style, the way he likes to play, a lateral mover that he is. Dane Coles, well, he's just so experienced in that zone. Didn't panic, a bit of footwork, gets it done, KT.
Oh, isn't it nice to see Dane Coles scoring tries on the wing? He's back. There you go, big boy. Congratulations. Bring in the heat.
Oh, McKenzie had such a big part to play in that. He has shown some magical touches today. Now, 97-14, he gets this over smartly. There still could be time to restart. The kick is not successful, but they will come back to halfway. So the All Blacks will get a chance to bring up the ton. 15 tries they've scored today, 15 against 2. A record score against the United States. Carty, one more time to restart for him. Barrett takes it to player who's been one of the best for the All Blacks today.
Push back.
Perenara having to pull down the pass was Tyrell Lomax. The referee's playing advantage while the All Blacks have got their sights on it now. Mackenzie again puts the foot down, gets past Olsberger. Then he's nailed by Carty.
Advantage, no arms.
There are no arms though in the tackle, so it's under advantage. Bauer flings one out the back. Leonard Brown shovels it on. Coles. Kane is there. Jacobson. Now in awe. Sprinting down the touchline. Turns it back in field. Perenara is there. 100 up for the All Blacks.
How they wanted it, you could tell. Right from the kick-off, the intent was to try and get to the ton. They did it with some classic skills as well. They broke out on the far side. Damien McKenzie, as mentioned, has been simply outstanding all day. TJ Perenara, great support play. Anton Leonard-Brown, just good timing of passing here. Coles passes early this time, as does Kane. Jacobson, who's had a great day. The speed of Inoa on the outside, finds Perenara on the inside. Well, the prediction was a ton or more. They get there, and they get there in the dying seconds of the match.
Oh, the skills between backs and forwards. It just doesn't matter which number's on your back for this All Black team, and they just shown right at the end they're ruthless.
So Damien McKenzie with the conversion. A brilliant first 35 minutes. Some patchy stuff in the second as the USA showed some courage to come back at them. But a very strong last couple of minutes has seen the All Blacks to a resounding win over Team USA, the Eagles, by 104-14.
Welcome back into the Sky studio.